At the beginning, the very first video for this lesson, we talked through complementary, supplementary, vertical, and adjacent angles, and we talked through their definitions. Now we're going to put some of those to use and kind of talk through some examples here. So right now, it says, give the measurement for the complementary angle for each angle listed below. So 40 degrees, the complementary angle, remember that complementary means they have a sum of 90. So 40 plus what equals 90? We know the inverse operation of add is subtract, so we could do 90 minus 40. We could subtract 40 from both sides to get what that complementary angle is, and we get 50 degrees. So every time we're just going to take 90, subtract the angle that we have, 5, and the complementary angle will be whatever's left. In this case, that's 85 degrees. 90 minus 82, the complementary angle to an 82 degree angle would be an 8 degree angle. So we see that if we add 8 and 82, their sum is 90. 85 and 5, their sum is 90. 50 and 40, their sum is 90. That makes them complementary. So we're going to kind of keep moving across here with these complementary angles. The next thing asks us to draw the complementary angle and label its measurement. Remember that complementary angles are angles whose sum is 90 degrees. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper and use the corner here to help me draw a complementary angle. Here's the right angle, here's the 90 degrees. If this is 25, 90 minus 25 gives me 65. And so I drew the complementary angle and I labeled it with 65 degrees. Here's that 65 degrees. The next one says find the measure of the angle labeled x. So they've given us the adjacent angle is 17. Together, these two lines create a right angle, so we know that they're complementary. So to find the missing angle measure, we say 90 minus 17 is equal to 73. So x is equal to 73 degrees. This last one, find the value of a. I would challenge you to pause the video and try this one on your own. See if you can come up with the value of a for this one. So hopefully you're checking your answer. You recognize that these two are complementary angles. They're also adjacent angles. They're next to each other and share a side. But together they make a 90-degree angle, and so they're complementary angles as well. So we can do 90 minus 39. And when we do that, we get 51. So the angle measure of A is 51 degrees. And so here we've looked at some examples of complementary angles. Remember that complementary means that their sum is 90. And so the way that I kind of remember that, I have this silly little trick that I do, is I make the C and the O in complementary into a 90. So I make the C into a 9 and the O into a 0, and then you can see 90. That's how I remember that complementary is 90 degrees.